Hi there, I'm Cher Pendarvis, artist and author of the Painter Wow books and Artist Tablet books. In this video, we will do a short overview of watercolor in Painter. Painter features 3 kinds of watercolor, allowing you to paint a rich variety of washes, textures, and watery looks. The painting that you see on the left was painted with digital watercolor. The study that you see in the center was painted with watercolor, and the piece that you see on the right was painted with real watercolor. In this video, I am using the Painter 2015 brush library, but I also want to encourage you to check out the brushes in the reorganized Painter 2016 brushes. The first thing that we're going to do is choose digital watercolor and the broad water brush. Digital watercolor is the simplest form of watercolor in Painter. We're going to use the broad water brush to paint a few strokes, and you see that we can make a nice smooth wash. We're going to choose the coarse dry brush, and you see you can make beautiful expressive strokes with texture on the edges. The next type of watercolor I'd like to talk about is the watercolor category, which is located near the bottom of the brush selector. So we're going to choose the watercolor category in the grainy wash camel brush, and the watercolor category brushes need a watercolor media layer to be able to paint. So when I touch my brush to the document, you'll see in the layers panel right here a watercolor media layer is generated. Now the watercolor brushes interact with paper textures, as you can see with this stroke right here, and with the watercolor brushes you can make beautiful runny washes. I'm going to choose the smooth runny bristle, and we're going to make a stroke and enjoy watching the paint percolate down the canvas. The third style of watercolor that we're going to look at in Painter is the real watercolor brush category. Now, there are a variety of variants. The first one we're going to have a look at is the fractal washed fringe. Like watercolor, the real watercolor also requires a watercolor media layer to paint, and with the fractal wash fringe we can paint beautiful textured effects. With the real pointed bristle we can paint expressive brush strokes. Now let's have a look at another real watercolor brush, the Real Wet Jitter Smooth. The Real Wet Jitter Smooth interacts with a flow map that's chosen in the flow maps panel. The real watercolor brushes interact with not only the paper textures, but also some of them interact with flow maps chosen in the flow map panel. And with real watercolor you can paint very transparent, beautiful runny washes. In closing, with digital watercolor we can paint on the canvas in Painter or on a default layer. With watercolor, we're working on a watercolor media layer, and with real watercolor, we're working on watercolor layers. I hope you enjoyed this overview of watercolor in Painter, and happy painting!